there's just no point in being afraid of anything, really. You might as well just face it if you can, to obviously a degree. Hi everyone, it's Martin from Meyer Records. I hope you're keeping well. And as ever, I hope you're making good music in your own recording space. Now, in today's video, I'm going to give you an insight to how I record a live guitar, acoustic guitar in this case, and a live vocal. Yes, live, so all you recording people, separation, bleed, all that stuff will come to mind. And I'll give you some insights and hopefully a few tips along the way how I do it, and hopefully it will help you for your own recording projects. So let's talk about recording a live musician, basically. So you might be thinking to yourself, come on, we've got a recording studio, we've got all day to record a separate guitar part and a separate vocal possibly, and then overdub the vocal after that, and maybe just look at the guitar part again and redo that right. But sometimes it doesn't really work that way, especially in a recording process. Some recording artists, myself included, like the human feel, and sometimes the human feel for a guitar singer-songwriter or a pianist singer-songwriter really only works when they're performing the music, i.e. playing the instrument whilst singing as well, for all kinds of reasons. And the biggest reason is definitely emotion. So for the recording engineer out there, you're probably scratching your head going during that session, oh, please don't ask to do a live session. I'm going to get all kinds of issues with the record, and there's many more things I have to monitor, and it won't sound as nice or clean when you come to mix. So you kind of have to just go with this, and in some ways, rather than be afraid to do it, actually learn how to do it and practice doing it as well. There's just no point in being afraid of anything, really. You might as well just face it if you can, to obviously a degree. So I'm going to set up now and give you some tips along the way of what I do. I'm going to perform a song as well, and then we'll look into the DAW afterwards and hear the differences of the microphones and basically get an idea of how it works and how the end result sounds as well. So if you're still interested to stick around, make sure you hit a like and a subscribe, and we'll continue. So the most basic step, which I cannot emphasize enough when it comes to recording a singer and a musician recording at the same time, is listen to their performance in the room that you're recording. Don't just start getting all the microphones out that you've bought for Christmas and just stick them around in every position every YouTube video has told you. Instead, actually use your ears. This is the easiest thing you've got, and just basically listen to the performance. From that listening process, you'll be able to make decisions on what you need to do to record what you're hearing, because ideally that is what you're doing. You're recording what you're recording. And so because of that, diving in quickly to too many technical bits and equipment and computer stuff isn't going to really get you to where you want to be at the first point. For the recordings that I'm going to do in a moment, I'm going to use my Neve 1073 mic pre's. I've got two of them, so they're going to be picking up a stereo image of the guitar, but I'll get into that part in a sec. And for the vocal, I'm going to use one vocal mic, which is the SM7B by Shure, and I'm going to be running that through my Universal Audio 6176 mic pre. And yeah, that'll be the starting point. So I'll set up my DAW, I'll make sure that's got a session ready, I'll patch in the preamps to make sure everything corresponds, and then I better start thinking about being a musician as well, right? To actually record a song. So I've had a play with the microphones, I've done some test recordings. As you can see, the space isn't massively big, and that's not a bad thing. You don't necessarily need a large space. I prefer to actually record in a dead space and add some reverb and some ambience and have control of that for when it comes to live musicians. Now, I've chosen the SM7B microphone for my vocal. I like that mic. It's got the pop shield. It's very, very well used in studios, and it works for me really well as well. Very good at noise cancellation as well, which is really worth thinking about. Now, the guitars are being recorded with large diaphragm microphones, which kind of make things sound a little bit larger than life, which I like on acoustic guitars. It kind of brings them alive. I'm putting a microphone left and right on the guitar, so what that will hopefully do is create a nice sort of stereo effect whilst the vocal will be bang in the middle. And also it just makes lovely clarity for the actual guitar takes. On the C414s, there is a polar pattern selection, and I've switched in the supercardioid mode. So that means I'm hopefully cancelling anything behind for sure, and obviously left and right as well. So I'm really honing in on the guitar. So anyway, let's do a take and have a listen. So I'll call you later on, when all your friends have gone. I'll see you soon. Doesn't matter what we meant, I'd better off forget the way that I loved you. I'm drifting away. There's no truth when you say you'll call me, and I hope you had a good time, and I hope you don't forget me, and I hope you keep on shining, and I hope you enjoy your life. I think we'll go for a take 2, but that'll do. Okay, so yeah, it was the one take, and you've just heard the mix that I put together really quickly, obviously, for this video to give you an indication. But I wanted to quickly show you what I did to the mix, and also show you the difference of the sound with the microphones, so you can see how the separation worked. So for the first instance, I'm not going to speak during this bit. I'm just going to literally play the beginning, and you'll see the screen in front of me. I've got my vocal track here, and I've got the guitar tracks left and right here. And yeah, you can play all day with this kind of thing, but in the essence of time and obviously to make a point of what we're doing, this is how it all sounds as a whole again, and I'll quickly play that for you. So I'll call you later on, when all your friends have gone. I'll see you soon. Doesn't matter what we meant. Okay, so that's with all microphones playing. Now, if I played it with only the vocal microphone, this is how it sounds. So let's have a listen to that. So I'll call you later on, when all your friends have gone. I'll see you soon. So instantly the vocal is 100% out there. That's what you want. It's the storyteller, the vocalist in a singer-songwriter is really important. You need to hear it clearly. I added a bit of reverb. I used an SSL plugin, and I took some low end off quite a bit actually, because there was some plosives which maybe I should have done on the way in. Added some compression, some 3-to-1 compression, and that's pretty much it on this side of things. But I used the stock EQ here and just isolated some of the frequencies around 1K, around that 250 point, 300, for the vocal, and a happy de-esser always required on any vocal really, just to ensure things are kind of looked after. Now let's have a listen to just the guitars on their own without the vocal. Yes, you're going to hear bleed. That's one of those things. But considering the C414s are large diaphragm microphones and they have a real good pickup, I think that setting to make sure the polar pattern was quite tight really did help. Perhaps I could have gone a bit wider. I don't mind the bleed. It gives it that live feeling. But anyway, here's how it sounds without the vocal, just the guitars. Okay, so you'll hear some bleed, but hey ho.
So I'll call you later on when all your friends have gone. I'll see you soon. Doesn't matter what we meant, I'd better off forget the way that I loved you.
So the vocals there, you can't deny that. Yeah, you could play possibly with the bits in between with automation, but it's there because it was there. And you have to keep recording and recording, or not recording and recording, but you need to keep practicing and monitoring to get it the best you can. And within this half an hour, that's the best I got it. And I'm pretty happy with it, to be honest. It would be definitely passable for a demo, definitely. And add other instruments. You'd never know the bleed was there if you put a bass, if you put the guitars, more guitars rather, like electrics, if you put the drums, obviously. It just fills the track. But the most important part is that you've captured the essence of what and how the storyteller, I'll call myself the storyteller in this aspect, wanted to sing the song. And I'll play it again all together.
So I'll call you later on when all your friends have gone. I'll see you soon. Doesn't matter what we meant, I'd better off forget the way that I loved you.
So overall good. On the guitars, what did I do? I had, again, a low cut, not as much, around 80 hertz. I brightened it up around 8 kilohertz. Put a light compression 2:1, -10. I did the same on both guitars, really. And yeah, I had a little play here. I actually boosted here at around 4 to 3K. Took out some of that 250 there, roughly. And I did the same on the other guitar as well. My point is always, don't EQ for the sake of EQing. Don't add compression for the sake of adding compression. Do what sounds good, because if it sounds great, then you're happy. Everyone else should be happy, because that's why they've hired you to do the job. Or you just feel good about your mix. Don't ever feel there's a right or a wrong way. Go with your feeling and what makes you say, I want to play that record. You know, I want to hear it again, because that's why you do it. That's why we hear our favorite songs. We like the way they sound. And a lot of that is within the context of mixing and how you made the production happen with your miking and techniques. So anyway, I hope this video has given you some insight to how to record a singer-songwriter or a vocalist and a guitarist at the same time. And, you know, it is all trial and error. Enjoy the process. If it doesn't sound good and for some reason it's not working, take a break, and I'm sure it will sound good on the next time you do it. And after you've done it 100 million times, if you haven't got it, change profession. No, I'm only joking. But if you do it many times, you'll finally find the knack for what works. And yeah, you'll be thankful that you spent that time doing so. Until the next video, keep well, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers, guys. Bye for now.